No. Ever. You are not allowed.
For your consideration, there's still time to get on the crazy train to Valhalla.
God damn it. I was waiting for you to sit down and explain what happened, and then I was going to lean over and be like, but hey, there's still time to hop on the party train to Valhalla.
What pisses me off is there was something else I was going to say also, and now I've completely forgotten what it is, and I'm turning on my...
Blinded by the light.
I'm turning on my flashlight with, you know, hand gestures.
Already had my eye exam this year. Thank you.
Hand gestures. So apparently the YouTube algorithm is fun. Like excessive cursing within the first few minutes of the video can get your video demonetized. So all of the Game Grumps episodes for like the first 2 minutes, someone has to go through and edit.
Yeah, that is interesting. Well, I'll try to not for 2 minutes.
Fuck. No, sorry.
You know, I was actually gonna make an effort.
I wasn't. I wasn't.
Bitch was trying to help.
So people are already in chat. We've got Pin, Aaron, Barbara, Seven, you know, the usual suspects here.
Hello.
So as you can tell, I'm here. Cause you know that thing I said I was gonna do? I didn't fucking do it.
Well, there's always time to hop onto the party train to Valhalla.
That's really it. Like, I spent the week... I have spent this week playing Bloodstained and watching American Gods.
I mean...
And that's kind of been my week.
American Gods is definitely my fault, but sorry, not sorry.
And right now I'm watching Slayers. Ooh! I haven't watched Slayers in a while. I have that on DVD. So, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oopsie daisies.
Well, I mean, I think the question is what counts as excessive cussing? Which, you know...
I mean...
That's a pretty fucking subjective.
It is pretty fucking subjective. Also, like, there's just... I don't know. People are fucking weird.
Slayers, you say? So, also, Adam messaged me today.
Oh.
I want to read this text exchange for everyone. Because this is one of my closest and dearest friends. We were discussing the fact that I had got a little crystal Pokeball with, you know, laser etching of a Cubone inside of it. Yeah. It went from there. It's like, no, actually, it started off with, and I'm just, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Just completely out of the blue. My response is...
but what would mine and Pippi Longstocking's children look like?
Mine was, but where would we find a cheese shop at this hour? Precisely, you can't. We start our own and make a killing. Respond with, kill the cheese. No, wait, I'm not sure I have the plan details down. The main part of the plan is to get a liquor license. As has been well documented, we ain't shit without a liquor license. But my dog doesn't have any milk in his pillowcase, is my response. Adam comes back with, this plan's falling apart at the seams. Alright, scrap the whole thing, we'll try tomorrow night. What are we gonna do tomorrow night? The same thing we do every night. Try to find non-gross porn. One of my dearest friends. I love Adam to death.
That, precisely because of this. I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah, like that was... I have no idea how to respond to that other than just keep going.
I mean...
Just play along.
I mean, I'm no Culex, but I'm gonna guess that was the correct response.
I mean, what is this drug texting you to? I mean, it's not. We weren't high. I mean, I wasn't. I wasn't drunk either. I really can't speak for Culex. Could have been either or.
Well, until there's a shirt being swung around in the air.
Yeah.
We can't say anything about Adam's level of intoxication.
No. Like, definitely not something we can do. So.
What up, DB?
DB!
It's kicking chicky.
Ow. He lit me on fire. He killed me with a sword, Mal. Right, I haven't used lightning yet. That's gonna suck for me, because that means everyone's gonna take some fire damage. Well, let's fix that.
Gotta catch a swarm of gnats with your mouth hanging open like that.
Speaking of, apparently all day today on Reddit, people were discussing the fact that the mayflies have hatched. And, just posted pictures of mayfly orgies.
Yay!
Long ass day at work.
Boo.
I mean, better than a short ass? I mean, actually, is there long ass better than short ass? Just thinking of asses now.
You just wanted to be thinking about asses.
I mean, I can just think about asses.
Like I said.
I mean, there is no shortage of ass.
And clearly.
I mean... Because, again, she's not dressed appropriately. Well, I mean, she's dressed appropriately for now, but, like, when we get to the future that's the past... Shit, now that I have to think about that from a relative point of view. It's the past, but it's the future from where we're currently at. Fuck, I hate time travel sometimes.
Okay, I think there was a few stops on that train that occurred in your head. Because we went from nothing, there's a long period of dead air, to she's not dressed inappropriately yet, and I was about to, what the fuck are you signing me up for? Jesus. So, I think there were a few train stops.
I was discussing asses, and you said there's no shortage. I thought you meant Isla, because she had just done
the fucking dinosaur farting fire at you. Jesus, the one with the ass out.
She was twirling around and like flipping and blowing a kiss because.
Oh my god, dude. I think you just have a crush on Isla. That's what this is.
Not really. Like, this is one of the few games that I'm like, never really developed any sort of, oh yes, I love Frog because I love his character arc, but like none of the other characters, mostly because it's Akira Toriyama's designs, and Akira Toriyama always, his head portraits are weird. They're all very big heads, tiny faces. Like, except for Frog. Frog's kind of the, because he's not human.
I don't know. Maybe you're just intimidated by Isla's bouncer-like physique.
Not really. Like, I love her Farrah Fawcett hair.
Yeah.
But like...
Oh my god. That song came up before you came back to the house. I was doing dishes and Farrah Fawcett hair came on, and I definitely had a solo kitchen dance party. It was awesome.
I'm sitting here going, now that my CD player is working in my car again, I made a CD of all of the Fall Out Boy songs I actually like, which I was sitting there as I was pulling into the driveway listening to Uma Thurman. She wants to dance like Uma Thurman.
I mean...
do you guys know that Japanese frogs' various names are a 5-layered multilingual pun? I have heard that, but I don't know the pun. Mostly because I don't know Japanese well enough to understand. Like, I don't get the pun. But yeah. Alright. I remember what I had to do here.
Barbara, that's an accurate assessment.
What is?
Marauder doesn't drink or do drugs, but manages to do and say things as a drunk person being, being high. This is a correct assessment.
I'm high on life.
If you ever do that again, I will personally kick you in the testicles.
Was it that creepy?
It was terrible.
But was it creepy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I there are times that people are like, are you stoned? I'm like, God, I wish. At least then this would seem normal. Or at least there'd be an excuse for this.
Oh my god.
Yes?
Oh, I think I'm about to drink some fucking ambrosia.
Would you leave Isla alone, you obnoxious little reptilian bastard?
But I will do so responsibly.
Persist responsibly. Alright, let's heal, because I need more health! Ah, no, don't drop things! I sleep in a drawer!
Don't. Or do. I mean, whichever hurts you. Ooh.
I'm in danger! Yes.
Is delicious.
Is delicious.
Is delicious.
What is your hatred for Isla? Okay, well, you finally changed things up a little bit there. Thank you. And you killed the little lizard. Do you remember a show called Eek the Cat?
Yes.
There was a companion show that aired with it called The Terrible Thunder Lizards.
Do not remember that.
It was, dinosaurs were the dominant species, and they were like what would be like considered a modern society, and they got intelligence that 2 humans had evolved and now were threatening their existence. And so the humans were allowed to live. So they contracted 3 dinosaurs who were basically expendable because they were idiots for the most part, to kill them. And every episode they just failed. And like that's one of the few cartoons I remember my dad really enjoying, because just the humor about it was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because like one of the humans actually kind of grasped the situation they were all in. The other one was always trying to invent things. Like, he was trying to invent the wheel, but it was always off. He's trying to invent fire. He ends up inventing, like, napalm. Like, things that happened, and, like, Dad just always thought it was so fucking hilarious. And it's something that I always get reminded of this segment. Have you played a game called Trine. I've played Trine 2. I don't know if I played Trine 1.
Well, that's out of order. You're out of order, sir.
This whole damn system's out of order. I mean, it is, but...
I'm Jose Canseco! I feel like I'm doing like some kind of like YouTube burlesque playing with my flip-flop over here. Like,
Yeah, because, you know, we're not allowed to show feet.
Anyhoozle.
I love your live streams. Thank you, Kyle. I love that you love my live streams. There's lots of love to go around. I'm just going to say the word love a couple more times until it sounds like not a word.
Or it starts sounding like an unintentional euphemism.
All of my euphemisms are intentional.
I mean, seriously, intend your puns, you fucking cowards.
No pun intended. No, pun very much intended. That's cat attack. Heal. I've told you about how Will used to have the Reverend William as a character he did in high school.
No.
So a friend of mine from high school who moved back to town recently and we hang out with as often as we get a chance to. He's hopefully watching the live stream tonight. He said he would be.
Hey, buddy. Anyway.
He had the Reverend William, in which he would start talking like a televangelist.
Mm-hmm.
But it would always end with his holy hand. And he would clap really hard and then just smack people, like just palm people. As hard as humanly possible.
You are healed.
It's like I will heal you with the power of my holy hand, and just. What's funny is like we hadn't watched Full Metal Alchemist at that point, and it would, like the whole thing about Full Metal Alchemist is he can clap and then do transmutations out of circle. So I'm really thinking Will just was trying to transmute people.
I mean, no, at some point, we'll have to pull out his Reverend William, and I will pull out my Southern Baptist revival preacher, and we will have a time.
I'm sure you will. As long as I'm not the one who gets fucking palmed again. Last time that happened, I swear to God he gave me whiplash. But he's also one of the only people to ever injure me while we were like, he cracked a rib. Like, we dealt with our anger at life by beating the shit out of each other. Like, we would literally get off the bus, just drop our bags, and just start wailing on each other. And that's how we became the bestest of friends.
I mean,
it's, like you do.
I mean, for whatever it's worth, DB, I am in fact an adult.
I'm not. Like, I should not be considered an adult, but yet, here I am.
I should be considered an adult, just one that doesn't follow all the rules. Like, tomorrow, I'm going to be going down to Raleigh for a drag show, and I am 100% wearing my fucking rainbow tutu about it. I'm very excited. It's going to happen. Rainbow tutu and my gender is canceled tank top. It'll be awesome.
Yes, I know he turned himself, like, but the turning himself into a transmutation circle just sounded really... It's like, I'm now a circle. No, that's not how that works. That just sounds like lazy story. Lori Stellington. Yeah. I word good in English. Men are weird. I mean, yeah.
I mean, my thing lately, I say that. It's been like 6 months now. Just walk around. Fucking dudes. And online I hashtag it because that's how you know it me. Hashtag fucking dudes.
Like, I could, you know, right now, I could give you a concise breakdown of why we did it. At the time, I fucking couldn't. Like, at the time, I'm like, oh, we just like to beat the crap out of each other. No, at the time, like, we had a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. One of the easiest ways for us to actually do that was just to tire ourselves out, and, like, you know, the only other way we could do that is hot, raunchy, guy-on-guy action, which, you know, that came later. No,
I mean...
I threw naked hot tub parties. Shit. I actually don't think I've ever discussed that on the street before. Oh, Lord, I hope my parents aren't watching because... Yes.
Surprise!
I mean...
No, Penn, if for any reason you and I end up in the same place, I will take you to another one. Because that experience, in my experience, is pretty consistent. As long as you're not going to a drag show with, like, the prettiest gay man on earth, and then you just... nothing works, and you feel terrible. Every other time, it's an amazing thing.
Not that you've spoken from experience.
No.
One of the things a lot of my coworkers used to do when I was working at Barnes & Noble was go to drag bingo. Like, all the time.
I had never been to drag bingo until last summer.
Ah.
That was because okay, so where I went to drag shows on the regular was in Louisville, and this was before the Connection shut down. Although there are 2 clubs in its place that offer drag shows every weekend, like multiple weekend.
TV just said they are, and your parents want to know what you're talking about.
Nothing. I say that I was, you know, halfway across the United States when you were doing that. Any hoozle. Yeah, so Connection went there often. Halloween drag shows. Amazing. And of course, like, during Pride Month, and especially Pride Weekend, they were a huge fucking deal. But, like, no, I just love drag shows.
Gay club in Morgantown, but maybe a quarter of the patrons were really well-behaved straight kids who just didn't want the meat market at the other clubs. Oh yeah, I won.
Again, there's still time to hop on the party train. Holla, holla.
If you haven't watched American Gods, watch American Gods. It's... Ian McShane is just entertaining.
Yeah. Except when he makes that real creepy ass face.
Yeah, there was that one face that during the flashback sequence that I could live another 1,000 lifetimes if I never have to see that face again.
That face was what I imagined walking in, like, how you would be greeted walking into a 1930s freak show.
Yeah.
Especially with that hat and shit.
Yeah. Like, that's something out of a Billy Corgan Smashing Pumpkins video.
Oh shit, happy birthday, DB!
Oh, happy birthday! I don't know if we're allowed to sing that anymore. We weren't allowed to sing that on YouTube for a while.
Why? It's long since been...
It was one of those that people just didn't want to fucking deal with the...
As far as I know, there's no licensing requirement for it. I thought it was in the public domain.
There was a period of time where people were fighting it, and then YouTube was just like, no.
Well, gotcha.
We're just... Because, I mean, it's YouTube, they cover your ass, basically.
I mean, it's not for everybody.
I mean, Neil Gaiman's work, it's one of those things you either...
Oh shit, DB.
What? My birthday was last Friday. Ooh.
Well, happy birthday from us
Yeah.
since the last time we saw you. Your
Yeah.
birthday has occurred, so happy birthday, and I'm sorry. I get it. It sucks.
I'm still watching Good Omens. I'm only like
haven't watched it
2 or 3 episodes in.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's all right. I mean, it's David Tennant.
I need to read it first. Or maybe not first. I don't know.
I'm just a big David Tennant fan. Like, I would love if he never played another creepy villain again, because Jesus Christ, he's Barty Crouch Jr.,
Yeah.
Purple Man. Like, no, there's
Kevin.
Kevin.
Fucking Kilgrave.
What was it? The corpse line, because they're like Kilgrave. That's a little on the nose, don't you think?
Oh, Murder Corpse.
Murder. What was Murder Corpse taken?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Jokes. That's what it sounds like.
It's the howling wind.
Howling wind through the crevasse. Yes, I know. It still sounds like that's what wind blowing through a canyon sounds like.
Alright. I should save it.
Uh-huh.
I'm still not, where I was, but I should save it. Tennant is a hell of an actor. I love David Tennant. Like, he's one of those people that I really just kind of want to hang out with. Like, I don't really want to, just want to be, about 2 people down from him, just listening to him talk. The same for, what's his name? He played Ultron.
Oh, James Spader.
James Spader, yes.
Yeah, no, I want to sit down and have a beer with James Spader. I'd like a legit conversation. And then if he could just record himself reading a couple of stories so I could fall asleep to that at night, that would be fantastic.
He's one of those people. So Pat always said that one of the things he wanted out of life most was to have Morgan Freeman read an issue of Penthouse Letters. I'm like, that's good. I can get behind that. Morgan Freeman, that'd be great. I want James Spader to read an issue of Penthouse Letters. Do a dramatic reenactment.
I just want James Spader to read to me, and I'll take care of the rest. Seriously though, that voice is, and that is not the voice he had when he was younger.
No.
Yeah,
Go back and watch Stargate.
Right?
That is not what. Did
no
he just
idea.
gargle rocks?
No idea, but I will fucking take it because I love his voice now. Which reminds me, I need to start watching Blacklist again.
I can't. I tried to go back and watch, because I really liked it when it first came on, and I got into all the way through the 3rd season or more, and then I stopped watching it, and then I went back to try to rewatch it, and I got maybe 8 episodes into the first season. I'm like, ah.
You see, I wouldn't have gone back that far. I would have just picked up where you left off, or maybe half a season before then.
Maybe yeah.
But I don't know. I really love that show. There were a lot of interesting. There's a lot of interesting subtext around trauma and identity, and also there was James Spader's voice. So I mean, I would love to meet Idris Elba.
I can't think of anyone who wouldn't want to meet Idris Elba.
I would love to do pretty much whatever Idris Elba wanted to do. Anything except murder. I'd rob a bank with Idris Elba.
Would you beat up a nun with Idris Elba?
Yeah, I trust his judgment. She probably has it coming. I mean, I wouldn't be in charge of finding the nun. I would just assist.
You just, like, trust that, you know, he had a plan. This nun has been skimming from the church or something, and, you know.
Or maybe straight up pulling a legit Mother Teresa and, like, poor is the suffering of Christ, and I'm going to withhold meds from the sick because they need to learn to suffer as Christ did. Like, yeah, I'd fucking beat up a nun who's putting people through that.
Sitting down, having a beer, laying down. Sort of like to meet Idris Elba. The one game I can't wait for is Fire Emblem Three Houses. I can't wait for that. Tomorrow, Super Mario Maker 2 comes out. I need to pick that up. Anime called Goblin Slayer. I have seen Goblin Slayer. I have not watched Goblin Slayer. I know
I'll pick him up and he will meow for you.
Do we need meow kitties?
Told ya.
Meow kitties.
I know.
Hi. Are you a buffet? You are.
Jesse's a big old bitch.
I was being comfy laying on the ground. Hi, Dad. Hi. You're surprisingly calm for this at the moment. Normally you're a little angrier. Is it because you're getting patents?
Because he's getting patents and because he knows I'm the one he snuggles with at nighttime. Yeah. You come downstairs and snuggle with me. There it is.
Alright, let me do all of the things.
In the right order?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
See, it was just water, wind, fire. Now I think it's wind, water, fire here. Because I think it actually changes.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't fucking know. I've only played this game, 10 million times.
It's been 84 years.
No, it is. I guess I just have to not fuck up and hit the wrong books.
Maybe fire's not last.
No, fire.
No, it is last. I remember. But it's easier to give you shit.
It is easier to give me shit
than to, sit here and keep my mouth closed.
There we go. Open the door. Have you saved yet? No, I haven't. Where is the save point near here? I mean, I could just save on the world map, but I will probably do that because probably, maybe, potentially.
Not for sure though.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not for sure. You're definitely not gonna do it.
Take your pick. Shit's happening.
Is it?
I mean, if I take enough laxatives, it is. Aha!
Or gabapentin. Apparently, that's a fun side effect of my medication. But hey, at least I can, move my joints with more frequency. Though the neuropathy is getting worse.
That's probably not good.
Yeah. Yeah, not excited about that.
Let's switch you out. Actually, let's not.
I cannot tell you how many times I've done that lately, DB.
Link's awakening, lactating. That is an awakening if Link starts lactating.
I was driving back here after softball last weekend. And I can't remember what store I drove past. But, like, my mind saw that there were two different signs and tried to slam them together. And it was something about vasectomies. And I know for a fact that was not what was on either sign at all.
I mean, start getting billboards for vasectomies. That's a...
I mean... In this economy? Yes.
Discover the new scratch point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just one of those. That'd be an awakening if I start. I mean, I remember what I was going to say.
Yeah. That is a very weird place to trigger that memory, but let's do it.
I will walk you through this train.
Oh
after,
boy.
Like, I'm down here.
Hold on to your butts.
I'm down here with a self-proclaimed arsonist Brock. You gotta save me. He calls himself the fire starter. Where I got there from was, yes, Brock, I'm lactating. In moments of extreme stress, men can lactate.
God, I forgot about that. I mean, true. It's true, but that was a hell of a segue.
Welcome to my brain, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, mine too, but with different references. So, and, you know, until today, I don't know that I have one that would be specifically triggered by the word lactating, but now I do. Thank you.
I helped.
It's shake and bake, and I helped.
Right now, practicing for an LP. LP going to play Bloodstained. Waiting on Luigi's Mansion 3. So I'm really trying. I'm thinking about getting Bloodstained on the PS4, so that I have a higher quality version should I want to record it. Because I picked up Bloodstained. I have Bloodstained on the Switch. The Switch version has some really big issues at the moment. Some frame rate issues. They like just cut a ton of the graphic capabilities away.
Yeah.
Like, normally games on the Switch get a little bit of a downgrade. This was a little extreme.
Welcome back, son. Woo!
7! So, like, I want to Let's Play Bloodstained at some point. But, like, do I want to do the Switch version? Do I want to pick up another version? I'm debating. Waiting on that. Because that's one thing I did with Battle Chasers. I got the digital version of Battle Chasers on the PS4. Ran at 60 frames per second, 1080p, you know. The Switch version, 30 frames a second, 1080p while docked, 720 while in handheld. But I did that because I knew I was going to do some grinding and shit off screen because that's a grindy-ass game. Yeah. And I'll probably end up having to do the same with Bloodstained because, like, every playthrough is slightly different. Like, are you going to get this drop this time, or are you going to have to sit there for hours and hours and hours trying to farm a drop?
Nobody knows.
Yep. I think by the time I get around to being able to LP Bloodstained, it's more likely. I'm hoping they have it fixed, because I have run into some issues with it at the moment. I've been playing a healthy mix of docked and handheld, and there's some frame rate issues while handheld. And I've had a couple of crashes while docked.
Ooh.
So. Oh, hey, look.
Super exciting.
It's this fight that I lose, and then I can fuck up.
Party train to Valhalla?
Party train to Valhalla.
Choo-choo.
Calls himself the fire starter, Brock.
One of these days we'll have a planned intro that's actually like really hilarious, and then you won't care what goes on for the rest of the stream because you'll spend the entire time laughing about the intro.
That actually has happened a couple of times with Helix.
So, what you're saying is, Helix is better than me.
I mean, what I'm saying is Helix is better than me. I swear, the comedic timing on that child is just. I say child as if, you know, I'm so much older. I'm like maybe 2 years older. I forget how old. I
was last night I was out having a beer with somebody, and I was talking about a mutual acquaintance that cannot stand the word pussy. And as I'm relating this, my internal thought process, of course, just pops out of my mouth, and I'm like, but you're a lesbian! Like, how do you dirty talk?
Oh.
I mean, it's having been there, it's a legitimate question, in my opinion.
I mean...
And this is coming from someone who's notoriously bad at... I'm not good at that stuff. And even I'm sitting here like, how do you dirty talk without that? I don't know. Maybe this mutual acquaintance is into shit that I don't fucking know about, and I'm not gonna judge, but I have questions.
Maybe dirty talk's just not high up on the list for them.
I mean, maybe not.
Because, I mean, sometimes you're a little too busy to talk.
You would think, but... I mean, I am, but, like, other people aren't, apparently. And maybe that's just means the sex is bad. Maybe that's why they're engaging in dirty talk.
I mean, or there are people who do enjoy dirty, because that's what kind of gets...
I don't know.
Suddenly I feel like it's Dr. Root, like... Let's unpack this, shall we?
I mean... You say that like I haven't turned this stream into that multiple times.
DV just said there are plenty of other words, Jess. Plenty. Rowan's after his tail again. It has aggravated him. I'm gonna do this.
Anyway,
he's gonna
notice
me.
I am totally turning this into Dr. Ruth, and I'm trying to keep talking so that he's a little less intent on the camera and maybe goes back to what he was doing, which he's not gonna fucking do because he hates us.
He's just staring at the camera like, I know it's watching me.
Just looking into that blue LED going, hello, brother.
I mean...
hello, big brother.
Oop. And now I'm fucking up my tripod.
Yes.
Fuck it up. And now I have no idea what...
Hang on. Let's slide off screen.
So I was telling someone about Shatner. And have you ever played Shatnering?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Everyone on chat right now is telling me to heal and save. I'm going to heal and save. But for those who haven't heard what Shatnering, it's people yell Shatner and you just overact whatever's happening at the moment. Yeah, like that.
I'm good at that game.
Pivot cat. Self-conscious, yes. Tiny little Jewish lady talking about oral sex, and you know she doesn't even eat pork. I miss Robin Williams. Oh my god.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, that Rowan will, like, he was attacking a moth last night, like, hardcore, like, jumping up. He was clapping.
Oh, man, I hate that I missed that.
He was just, like, you could hear him. Like, I heard it in the hallway. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He comes rushing in here and, like, just leaps up. And I'm like, what the fuck? And, like, he's just, as soon as I pull out my phone to start recording, he's just like, nope, I guess I killed it. Like,
is dead. Don't look at me. I
Ruin. You make me look crazy online, you know that? I do a good enough job of that myself, thank you very much.
I was just gonna say, contrary to right now, I'm often the same way around a camera. That's why I drink during these streams, by the way. It's because I have really bad stage fright.
Hey, Doomfinger.
Ladies.
Let's see. According to Shatner himself, the pauses were because he couldn't remember his lines half the time. I would believe that. That sounds plausible. Like,
I have feelings, but we'll not go there right now.
let's not discuss William Shatner's feelings.
But apparently we will discuss Sean Connery's.
I mean, I like to shit and think.
Don't we all?
Getting paid to poop! I win! You alright?
Just... I've seen you do that so many times. But for some reason, out of the corner of my mind,
She has not had that much to drink.
I really haven't. Out of the corner of my eye, it was even funnier. Because, like, your facial expression was, like, exaggerated. I'm gonna show myself out. Fuck you. Ow. Ow.
I win!
No, fuck off.
I win! Jess EXE has encountered an exception. And the co-host you have dialed is not in service. Please insert tequila and try again. This is why I love my audience. You guys are great.
Oh. Yeah, maybe that's the deal. Maybe I need tequila and I haven't gotten any more. Oh.
You alright?
Yeah, just a very good oblique workout.
Yes?
Anywhoozle.
Getting paid to poop! Oh god, it's like that. So I posted on Twitter a couple of days ago. The Pikachu's marching to the Imperial March. And just, I lose my shit at that consistently.
He does.
I don't, like, there's a handful of images that Libet will save, just store on her phone and just bring up at random times just because it never fails to crack me up, and she just loves that instant laugh reaction. Like, no matter what, you're gonna laugh at this. So...
Having a bad day? Doesn't matter.
And now that has become one of them. But then it started showing up all over the internet.
Yep.
Like... Yeah.
Abs by Mirth. Yes.
Let's see.
Anyway.
Whew. The humor. You know, there's this...
I'm all aglow.
There's this boat here. You would think you could do something with the boat. I've never done a goddamn thing with this boat.
It's like me. It's just there to look pretty. Yeah, no.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink. You still haven't seen Mean Girls, have you?
I have never seen that movie.
That's why.
October 3rd is my birthday. See, the last year, October 3rd fell on a Wednesday. And instead of pink, I have a shirt with Wednesday Addams on it that says, on Wednesdays we wear black. And I wore that on my birthday, on Wednesday, on October 3rd.
In times of extreme stress, men can lactate. Oh.
It's because I'm awesome, is why, and not because I'm ridiculous. It's because of my sheer, unadulterated, and also adulterated awesomeness.
I can't hear you over...
I can't hear you over the sound of my very adulterated awesomeness.
I'm really hoping that we can... Like, I need to hit up Jimmy and be like, keep bringing Archer to Plex. Just keep doing that because, yeah. I want to see more Archer. I also have no idea where the fuck I'm going.
That was a weird segue.
I can't hear you over the sound of... Because they... How many times do they do that?
Okay.
There is another... There is another one of these in the future, isn't there? Or is there not? I'm losing my mind. I don't know where my brain has just turned the fuck off.
Hang on. Yeah!
Not helping. That's not helping the cognitive thought. That's...
Just inching ever closer to payback.
Alright, let me check all of the pillars of light. No, that's not where I want to go. That's not where I want to go. That's not... So there's only one for that period of time. So, okay, yeah, that means I gotta go back through the fucking lab. I'm not going to the lab. I don't want to do that. Man.
I mean, I don't even have to work. Like, you'll just crack yourself up eventually and lose it. And then it's my live stream.
Getting paid to poop.
Yeah, I won't be pooping.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's a very, very different live stream.
It's a very different live stream. And
not on YouTube.
And also not to yuck anybody's yum. Not one I'm gonna get down with, personally. Anyway.
Look at them twirl! And then...
Say tippy toes. Except usually I actually do that on my tippy toes and I spin around. but I have to have actual shoes on it, not flip-flops.
Yeah.
But
So,
all tippy.
going back to the Fallout Boy discussion earlier, they did a cover of Beat It with John Mayer. First of all, that's enough out of you, John Mayer.
Forever and always.
And so, one of the things that I love about the music video is, like, anyone who does a cover of a Michael Jackson song, their entire music video is just made up of Michael Jackson references. That's all it is.
I mean,
Alien Ant Farm.
There are decades worth of material to work with.
Exactly. They had Donald Faison from Scrubs in the video, and he was dressed as Michael Jackson with the one white glove and the black suit and the white and black dance shoes, and he did the kind of jump up, stand on the and then like moon, like, and that was him.
Nice.
That was all him. I'm like,
nice.
Wow, you are far more talented than Scrubs let on.
I'm popping my toes, YouTube, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
I mean, as long as you don't do it on camera, I don't think they care.
Well, I am doing it on camera.
Well, I mean, they can't
see me.
Yeah, that's the
doing
thing.
it.
Like,
I mean, being a tease is fun.
Well, I mean, that's one of the reasons why YouTube and Twitch had to get so antsy about it, because there was the rise of the titty streamer is what they called it. Women wearing low-cut shirts, not really playing games, not really talking about games, mostly just kind of being a tease and getting a ton of donations. And then people started complaining.
I'm again, in this economy, you do what you gotta do.
Right? Like, but then they started getting upset because guys started trying to get in on it, and there's a Mega Man live streamer and speedrunner by the name of Caleb Hart, who is just fucking jacked. Like, and he would stream shirtless if the stream goals were met, and so they had to be like, okay, well, he's streaming shirtless, we can't have this anymore. So it's like, yeah, that's but ironically enough,
oh no, we have to acknowledge that human beings have nipples.
Right? The best part about it is, after that, there were so many people who had the equipment and the following, just started going to like Chatterbait and other like sex cam sites and just doing the same thing. Like, except there, they didn't have to.
I have a hole, apparently. Like right here.
Oh.
Just spilt beer all everywhere. Speaking of, tit streaming.
Beer on, just pour some beer. Yeah.
This is what gets the blood flowing, right?
I mean, there are people who would pay to watch you pour beer on your cleavage.
Oh shit! If I'd known that.
You've known that. Like, that's...
Not my cleavage. Other people's cleavage, sure.
No. You have cleavage. People will pay to see... Like, that's the thing. Like, oh, you want to...
Throwback to the man show. Jump on a trampoline with a giant stein of beer and oopsie daisy.
And didn't they used to, like, dunk an old guy into a beer tank?
Yeah, I think so.
That's how Jimmy Kimmel got his start. Just what? I really dislike Jimmy Kimmel. Mostly because he's really insulting to a lot of people. He had Markiplier. Markiplier, who is one of the nicest people on YouTube. Like, he does so much charity work. He does shows. Anyone who's ever worked with him has always just said the nicest things about him. I really hope he is genuinely one of these just fantastic
I will be
people.
so upset if shit comes out about him.
Same.
Mr. Mark.
And so he was on Jimmy Kimmel with another YouTuber who was this really attractive girl. I forget her name at the moment. But she was super popular at the time, and then I just completely lost who she was. Like, I could swear I was subscribed to her, but like I don't see her on my subscription list anymore, which is not uncommon for YouTube. But Jimmy was like, "Oh, so this is, you get paid to play video games." That's like, he was just being really derogatory about it. It's like, Markiplier gets paid a ridiculous sum to play video games. Like, he gets paid more than you did for your early TV appearances. Like, I guarantee you, he gets paid more than you did for the Man Show. Like, just hands down.
Yeah.
Like, don't treat this as though, like, you can look down on him.
Not to be all American gods about it, but new media, motherfucker.
New media. And he kept trying to get the girl and him, like, he was trying to hook the two of them up, and she was dating someone, so it just seemed really fucking skeezy. And, like, that was when I just kind of lost all interest in Jimmy Kimmel. It's like, okay, you're just kind of an ass. And I really want nothing to do with you.
Yeah. And yeah, Seven, like, Adam Carolla is garbage. Just
yeah, I remember, like, I was
garbage.
thinking, like, wasn't one of them just, and I could...
As evidenced by the fact that when Jimmy Kimmel left the Man Show, Joe Rogan is who, and this is the general company. Out of the three, Jimmy Kimmel is arguably the most human and least garbage, but has significant room for improvement. Fucking Adam Carolla, man. And listening to Dateline back in the day, there were some, I mean, Dr. Drew is also... I have some problems with Dr. Drew. Many. At least Adam Carolla owns his being garbage, more or less.
Libet says, I can think of at least two people personally, you know personally, who would be very happy to watch you do that when it comes to that. The lesson is most of Comedy Central's OGs turned out rather bad. I mean, yeah, because another person who Jimmy Kimmel worked with, Ben Stein, just, I knew he was a little weird, because, I mean, you gotta be a little weird if that's...
I mean, yeah, but
then,
I
like,
was not expecting...
Full-on Nixon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he had some really interesting political discussions at one point, and then it's like, just somewhere along the lines, like, nope, I'm gonna go full-on red pill crazy, and I'm like...
Well, sadly, not among the few these days.
Yeah.
I do find in Jessica Jones the whole red pill thing very telling.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, out of like most of the talk show hosts, really the only one I can still stand is Conan O'Brien. I like Jimmy Fallon, but I can only...
I have some problems with his appropriating black culture.
Well, it's... I forget who made a comment about it. But someone's like, Jimmy Fallon's got the roots, and he's still too fucking wild. Like, he was just like...
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so specifically, and I really want to enjoy it, because, I mean, they're both very talented, but doing so without acknowledgement is very problematic. Because having JT on to do, Justin Timberlake to do, like, history of, pop, or I can't even remember what it was. Like, that shit was really fucking problematic, because 99% of the artists they went through were black artists. And
also, who the fuck dubbed Justin Timberlake the Prince of Pop? Because as far as I remember, Michael Jackson was the king of pop, and he's the only person who could dub people with the royal hierarchy. And I don't think Michael Jackson's like, I dub thee.
I mean, knowing what we know now, do we really want Michael Jackson dubbing anything?
I mean...
No disrespect, the man was very talented, but man also had a lot of fucking issues and hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
All your faves are problematic! Yes!
It comes back to the there is no ethical consumption in capitalism.
Yeah.
Which turned into a fucking discussion about Bloodstained, because everyone was pissed off about the state in which the game launched, and then it turned into so many other things. Like I saw a discussion devolve into not supporting people, and it turned into Earthworm Jim. Because the creator of Earthworm Jim, Doug Tin Nepal, is just a garbage human being, and insulted the trans community by insulting one person in particular, but that person was a friend of his, so it didn't count, even though, Will, one of my oldest friends, is black. If I called him the N-word because, oh yeah, that's just, that's still fucking problematic.
Yeah.
Even if that's oh yeah, between me and him, that's still,
That's
a
W word. Wrong.
If that's a private in-joke that's only shared between those two people, that's kind of one thing, but the second you publicize that on, a podcast...
Well, even then, if that were the relationship that you two had and you said it in front of me, I would lose my shit. It's literally something that would have to be just between the two of you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And if I ever found out about it, I'd still beat your ass.
It's that's not one of the things that you...
Yeah, no. It's not okay.
It's and that's... That was the cover for why Doug's not a terrible person. But, terrible person. But the thing about it is, everyone's so you have to separate the art from the artist because there's no ethical consumption. I'm yes, but...
And I do. And where I can get away with it, when I know that about an artist, I get that content without paying for it.
Yeah.
So that I can appreciate the art without supporting the artist and their shitty shit.
Seven says, no heroes, only ideals.
I mean...
Because there have been numerous people that have been that have come out and oh yeah, these are problematic. It's shit, now I can't really enjoy this as much.
Yeah.
Anime is a huge thing. Because, Vic Mignogna, I can never pronounce his last name, one of the more prolific voice actors. He voiced Edward Elric. I love Full Metal Alchemist. He is Edward Elric. He has been Edward Elric in basically every incarnation of the character that has been released in English. They've never voice cast someone other than him for it. The Full Metal Alchemist, the first thing that ever came to the US was a video game before the anime. He voiced that before the anime came out. So, he has been this character for fuck all ever. But you hear all these allegations about him, and, it's really hard to be even, giving benefit of the doubt that, okay, yeah, maybe he's not a super skis, maybe he is just a little too friendly and, doesn't read signals at cons well, that, he shouldn't be giving people hugs and shouldn't be putting his arm around them.
Yeah.
That's,
That, you can, for the benefit of the doubt, you can deploy once or twice.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's you're a grown-ass fucking adult and you should learn from what you're being told.
Yeah. And, that's the kind of, but, it makes it very difficult to enjoy Full Metal Alchemist now. It's I still enjoy Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
But because at this point I've already bought it, he already got his royalty check for it. Like, that's the thing. Like,
yeah.
I can't take that back. But it does mean, like, in the future, it's, oh, well, this is a project that Vic is a part of. I'm less hesitant to spend money on it.
Yeah.
The Dragon Ball Super movie that came out where he voiced Broly. I watched it online. Mostly because it was not showing in any theater around here, and I didn't, even if it was, I didn't feel like spending theater prices to go see Dragon Ball Super, because shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a ton of money to go see an anime movie in theaters these days. Like, yeah. Money.
Capitalism, motherfuckers.
Right? But there's also his consistent abuse of anybody he considers to offend his... Yeah, that's another thing. Like, that's why I never really get into the... Because if there's one glaring issue that people have a ton of, stories of, yeah, this happened to me, there's always going to be something else as well. So, like, and that's another thing about Doug is, like, oh yeah, I'm just standing up for my Christian beliefs by saying that, basically every homosexual is a slur. Because, my invisible sky daddy told me, like, for one, no religion actively says fucking hate people who are different from you. Every one of them says,
Yeah.
Nah.
We have feelings. The news has been a lot lately, and it's hard to kind of process and exist without it coming up. Just he and I will be sitting there just trying to watch TV and zone out, and invariably something comes up, and it's just like, well,
shit.
Fuck. So you just get to witness it this time. Aren't you glad?
But nobody will work with him where he's black. I mean, even Viz is kind of pulling away from Vic. Like, they have limited... Because I know Funimation basically dropped him completely. And Viz doesn't have a ton of projects coming out, so it's like...
Yeah.
Better call working. The cockroaches. Oh, hey, look! My time machine. We have a time machine now. I thought the news supposed to come in with the time machine seat. Give me the seat so that I can...
pendant shimmers.
It shimmers.
It's been 84 years.
It has been 84. There we go. And time machine and new comes in. Hey, you need seats, right?
Come on.
So this is where you learn that people can put their brains or their brainwaves in a new. So Balthazar, the guru of reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the guru of reason.
I think you look like a blueberry.
I'm actually kind of surprised if Libet's still in chat. Does he look like the headbanging blueberry? One of she
I know.
can't play Pokemon Go with her.
Well, you can. You just get all pissy about it. Not to be really direct and blunt about it at all. Let's do the time warp again.
We can do the time warp again. So now
I know, that's why I'm singing it.
I can go
to distract you from being mad at me.
Filling seat holes makes the vehicle go faster. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour. I can see the news doing the slapping the
This
hose.
bad boy can fit so many gigawatts in it.
This bad boy's got so many llamas under the hood.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Helga's llama force. So I actually had a interesting experience with Helga last night. Helga is my car. The license plate says Hufflepuff. Her name is Helga. Anyway, context. I'm not. Anyway, so I get home after drinks, and I'm trying to lock up the car and everything, and Helga's front passenger door will not roll up. Will not. I try from the driver's side. I try from the console on that door. Fucking nothing. So I start trying the other windows. My driver window still functions. Rear passenger windows won't move either. Luckily, I already rolled them up. I'm freaking out. And so finally I was like, okay, I guess I just have to replace a fuse in the morning. And so I spent my morning doing research, making sure I'd pick up the right fuse, everything. And I get to therapy and I realize that a button is depressed. My window lock button is depressed that I have never, ever, ever used in Helga. And so I had a near panic attack last night for no fucking reason at all.
I mean, it happens.
But now I know that Helga has a window lock button that apparently you can accidentally hit and never fucking know.
I need to sell all of my shit, because I'm not selling the Mirage Hand or the Doom Finger. I'm keeping those.
Well, never get rid of the Doom Finger, ladies.
I also need to organize my inventory. There we go. Mostly because I also need to buy more stuff. Let's see. I can sell that.
Would you like to see my Doom Finger? Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it? Right, wrong! Right, wrong! Right, wrong!
That wasn't terrifying at all, was it? Getting paid to poop! Libet also says, yes, it does look like the Oddish. Haunted vehicle lore, Finger of Doom. We had a possessed Buick once. I drive Christmas with my Pokemon descriptions. I had one named Mandragora and another named Cerberus. Inchworm with a party hat. It's because it's not a fucking party hat. It's a horn.
So,
yes?
you're gonna wake up one day, I'm gonna sneak in. You're gonna wake up and go to your bathroom, and in my blood, I'll make sure it's my blood, I'm not gonna skimp on this prank, will be red rum written in your mirror.
Thank you for that. That's totally not terrifying.
I mean, the Red Cross loves me. I bleed well. Calling all vampires. Apparently, I'm the one you want to make your SEO. I bleed. I bleed well.
Not entirely sure how to...
Dehydrated? Doesn't fucking matter. I'm always said, you know, stick with what you're good at. I'm good at pumping blood through my arteries, veins,
veins,
capillaries.
Weedle, red rum. I thought this was going to be a finger face attack in bed like Horsehead.
Just right there. Nope, right there. No, I wouldn't do that. That's a good way for you to poke your eye out.
Gonna shoot your eye out.
Instead, it will just be a red rum on your murder. On your murder.
On my murder.
I mean, because in case the investigators don't understand that it's a murder. But it has to be backwards, so they have to use a mirror, so it's still a challenge. It's just not a Sherlockian challenge. Anyway, you're just gonna, it's just my blood red rum on your mirror.
Pin knew what I meant there. It is not a party hat. It is a horn. Just, I bleed really, really well. You can get the needle. My veins are really deep and small.
Huh. Mine are oh, Jesus. Mine are very easily accessible.
Yeah?
My veins are easy.
I have Falcon hit now. Got it. Ouch. Yes? The fuck are you doing?
It's my party hat.
It's almost time for the stream to be over.
No, it's not. We'll be here forever.
I mean, so, there are days that I feel that way.
Not about the stream,
No.
just the day.
That I will be here forever. I mean, I would like to be here on stream forever. Like, if this could be my job, like, full time, I would be more than okay with that.
Someday I have to get over my stage fright if I want that to be the case for me.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Falcon hit.
I actually, cool aunt client, I told her about you're winning me to start a podcast and everything, and my sheer terror at doing so because I hate the sound of my own voice. And she told me to fucking do it anyway. The only way I'm gonna get used to my voice is to do it.
I mean, I still kind of hate my voice. It's really weird listening to myself when I'm editing videos. So. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe Jesse's weird ass podcast will happen. But yeah, she is like legitimately excited about it. She's an interesting person. She introduced me to a published poet and author and said, "This is Jessie, and she's a creator and a blah 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 and an artist and this and that and the other." And I was like, I make brochures for work.
I have no idea what's going on, but my former Rainfall coworkers are having a really in-depth discussion about something. But yeah, it's about time to end the stream.
Well.
What's everyone saying?
If
I have better internet,
minutes,
I might live
fine.
stream. I learned this month that you have really big veins that the phlebotomist goes, "Man, those are great. This would be so easy." Have you ever thought about playing Vandal Hearts as a live stream? I would probably do Vandal Hearts as a Let's Play, probably not a live stream. going in for surgery. I'm really hard sick. You might need a specialist, orderly. Oh, everyone says that. Call a specialist.
Thank you, Libet. I feel very validated right now.
They're very expensive. That. Yeah, it's time to end this live stream now.
We have 7 minutes, you coward.
Someone is trolling Trump on Twitter, posting a picture of him eating a piece of pizza backwards. In just all caps. Who eats a pizza like this? Answer me, you coward!
Actually, everyone from Pizza Hut ads when they initially introduced the stuffed crust pizza.
Yes.
But that's it.
That's like the 90s. Yeah, that was forever ago at this point.
You know what? It was not forever ago. Stop trying to make me feel old.
Do you see the gray in my beard now?
I'm older than you, you little shit.
Not by that much.
You little shit. Look here, you fucking whippersnapper.
You remember having to walk to school in 6 feet of snow, uphill, both ways?
No, but I do remember having an 1.5 hour long ride on the school bus. I guarantee you were not on the bus for an 1.5 hours.
Actually, in West Virginia, I might have been.
You never went to school in West Virginia.
Yeah, I did. I went to 2 different schools in West Virginia.
Really?
Mm-hmm. 2 different elementary schools.
I learned a thing today.
Mm-hmm. I went to Oak Hill Elementary, and then I went to another elementary school, and I don't remember which one.
I did not think you were old enough to have attended school or when you moved.
No.
I thought you started here.
I started 1st grade here.
I learned a thing today. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Teachable moment. Never make assumptions. And he went to kindergarten in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Meow.
Hi. You getting buttons.
So, you want to hear a funny story? You want to hear a funny story? I am really good friends with like 25 of the letters of the alphabet, but I just don't know why.
God, that was fucking terrible. Anyway,
he was bitching about dad jokes before we started the stream. I've been holding that in for an 1.5 hours. I just don't know why. We haven't met. I'm sure I can charm her with my wiles.
Your doom finger.
I mean, I ram.
And on that note, thank you all for tuning in to yet another one of my wonderful live streams where we continually raise the bar on entertainment.
Hey, I'm very entertaining.
Ah, yep.
Calmer than you are.
As far as I know, we'll be back next week. Same hat time, same hat channel. If that does change, I will post about it on Twitter to be like, hey, no stream for whatever particular reason. In the meantime, I am getting back into adding Let's Plays back up. Doing more Mario and Rabbids. That's going back up. So, yay. Getting back into the groove of things.
Yeah.
Getting paid to poop.
No. I did put up an article this past month through Sweatpants and Coffee. You can find it on my Twitter at MessyJessie959. I'll be putting up 3 more in July. Woo! Including resources on how to help immigrants in your community that may or may not be targeted by ICE raids. So look for that. But yeah, sweatpantsandcoffee.com. That's where you can find my shit.
So yeah. Fun times. Support stuff. Twitter. Patreon. kind of thing.
Patreon. I'm gonna figure out how to make that fucking giraffe mask. So, Patreon subscribers will get a fun little video eventually.
Eventually. One of these days.
I have to have time for paper crafting and space.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
So yeah, we'll be back next week. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been fantastic. Had a great time. With your hosts losing their shit. I think that's the best part. I think that's really what I like about the live streams. It was just a chance just to completely lose my shit and, it not seem weird. So, yeah.
Because compared to me.
But yeah, we will be back next week, so bye everyone.
Dope finger.